Easter is almost here, and I don't know about you, but for my family, Easter brunch is not Easter brunch without an Easter ham. And this Easter Sunday, Raley's wants you to nourish your family with an Easter ham that's not only delicious, but one that you can feel good about serving your family. And that is where today's guest comes into play. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Findle with Coleman Natural Food. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey there. Glad to be here. Thanks, Molly.
So let's talk a little bit about Coleman Natural. Now, I know it's kind of a household name. You know, we grew up seeing Coleman Natural in our supermarkets. I feel like a lot of people might not know the story behind it and the importance behind this company. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, actually, Coleman Natural started back in 1875 as a cattle ranch in Colorado, before Colorado was even a state. And the Coleman family were cattle ranchers up until about the 1970s, when the cattle market was just really not great and they needed to find another avenue for business. And luckily, where they were located in Colorado, especially in the Boulder area, the natural food movement was kind of coming to fruition and really was becoming a trend. And people were looking for meat raised without antibiotics, without added hormones, and becoming more aware of where their food came from. So Mel Coleman Sr. realized he had the supply. Why not meet the demand of selling all natural beef? And at the time, the USDA really didn't really have a firm definition of what natural meant from a livestock raising standpoint. So Mr. Coleman went to the USDA in Washington, D.C., worked with them for about a year, and finally established the very first official definition of what natural means when raising livestock. And that's with no antibiotics ever, no added growth promotants or hormones.
Yeah, and Coleman doesn't stop at natural when it comes to the welfare of the animals, does it?
No, we primarily sell pork products today. We've transitioned from beef more into the pork side, but all of our pork is sourced from American family farms that raise their animals humanely. They're all American Humane certified. They raise their hogs 100% crate-free, which means they're not confined at any point in their life, and they're able to interact, socialize, nurture. The mother and the piglets are able to interact together, and that just really creates less stress for the animal and a healthier animal. And all of our farms, they never use antibiotics or added hormones, and they feed their animals all vegetarian feed. So really just the way nature intended.
So the way Coleman does its business, humans can feel good about eating its products, but it is also better for humans too, right?
Yeah, we always say, you know, we want people to be able to feed their families better. And when you look for no antibiotics ever, no added hormones or growth promotants, all natural ingredients, no artificial preservatives, you can really feel better about what you chose for your family. You know, an animal that's raised humanely also just grows more naturally, grows slower. The muscle, the health of the animal is better, and that results in better quality, better tasting meat.
Yeah, you said Coleman wants to feed families better. I feel like that's exactly what Raley's wants to do too. I know Raley's, you know, holds its vendors, partners to a really high standard. Is that the same with Coleman?
Yeah, same. And we're just really proud to work with Raley's. We share a lot of the same values. Like I said before, feeding families better, you know, just providing better product. And beyond the ham product that we'll talk about today, we're really proud to provide Raley's with fresh pork, a fresh pork offering that's all natural. And not every grocery retailer has that. So we're really proud that Raley's is advocating for that and that we're able to meet that demand.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that pork. I know Raley's carries a wide variety. Can you talk about, you know, what they carry, what people can find at their Raley's, and what to look for when they're buying a ham?
Yep, sure. So around Easter this year, we've got several different options you can pick up at your local Raley's, depending on the size gathering you're having. We know it's going to be a little bit different this year. But at Raley's, you can find the very large spiral sliced ham that's pretty traditional for Easter. And that has the bone in. You can also get a semi-boneless option, which is a little easier to carve, but still gives you that really nice flavor from the bone in. If you're having an even smaller gathering, we have our quarter sliced ham that's perfect size for just a few in a small family. And then if it's just you or one other person, we've got our ham steak that's just really easy to cook up while still giving you that classic Easter dish. So all of those are available at your local Raley's. Now, people always ask, how do I know how much ham to buy? And I always err on the side of getting more because, as we'll talk about later, I love having leftovers. But you probably want to shoot for about half a pound per person if it's a boneless ham. If it's bone-in, I'd go about 3/4 of a pound just to account for that extra weight from the bone. And then obviously if you want leftovers, add about a pound or two and you'll have enough for sandwiches and stuff later on in the week.
Yeah, well, my gathering will be a little bit smaller this year. I am a sucker for nostalgia, so I am going to go for that spiral ham. I will have leftovers. You're here to teach us what to do with those leftovers.
Yeah, we've got 3 recipes here today. All of the ingredients and steps will be on Raleys.com, so don't worry about that. You can access them all there, but we're going to show you 3 of them today. So if you're ready, we'll get started.
I am ready.
Great. So the first is ham, egg, and cheese wontons. And these are great as a brunch appetizer, even as just a fun weekday breakfast. You know, we're all eating at home these days, so why not be a little more indulgent on the weekdays? So it's really easy. Once you get everything prepped, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes in the oven. But our ingredients include obviously your leftover ham. We've got just some chopped up here, about a cup. We've got cheese. We chose Gruyere cheese, but whatever you have on hand is great. We're all about the leftovers, so use what you've got. We've got some mustard, mayo, salt and pepper, onion, and then of course our wontons, which you can just find in the refrigerated or frozen section of your grocery store. Super easy to prepare. You'll use a muffin tin, make your little wonton cups, and then I'll show you what it looks like when they come out of the oven.
Yeah, that's so simple.
When they come out of the oven, they're these perfect little cups. You can garnish them with a little bit of green onion and you're good to go.
All right, we have our wontons. What's next?
Okay, so next up is our Ribollita soup. And Ribollita literally means reboiled, so it's literally a way to use up leftovers, a lot of veggies. We've got some crunchy stale bread, really a great way to clean out your fridge, especially after Easter. You'll probably have some leftover veggies, some bread, and of course ham. So pretty simple as far as ingredients go. You've got your standard carrots, celery, and onion. You've got garlic, some cannellini beans, some roasted tomatoes, and of course our ham. You'll just, and kale. And you'll just combine all of that together in a big pot, let everything meld together, get to know each other for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you'll come up with a really gorgeous soup here. I'll show you. We have one already prepared.
What a good way to use up all of your leftovers, not just the ham.
Yeah, literally this is a very customizable recipe. Go to town, add whatever you like, and it comes out really beautifully. It's a great leftover. You can freeze it and eat it for the week.
Okay, and this third one I'm gonna make with you.
So it's almost lunchtime. I'm getting hungry. So I figured we could do this one last. An Orzo salad is super versatile. You can make it, I like to make it for a weekday working day lunch. You can make it as a side for a picnic. Really versatile. And because it has the ham in it, it's got good protein, so you can make it a meal. So this one's really simple. You've got your leftover ham, of course. Your Orzo, which if you are an Instant Pot fan, you can make it really quick in your Instant Pot. We've got some chopped tomatoes, some herbs for garnish, and we'll make a really quick, easy lemon juice and olive oil dressing for it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first things first, like I said, really simple ingredients. The dressing is just an olive oil and lemon juice, salt and pepper. So we'll combine that into the bottom of a bowl really quick. Okay, and then you'll just whisk that together so it's well combined. All right, looking good. We'll just pour the Orzo in there. We've got some chopped tomatoes. Of course, our ham. Of course. We've got some green onion. Some parsley, which you can also just garnish at the end. And then just take a big old spoon and Stir it together. It just looks pretty. And then typically you'll want to chill this for about an hour just to get it cold, but it's fine room temperature as well because everything's already cooked. And then when you're ready, put some in a bowl. I'm gonna do a little garnish on the top.
And that really could not have been simpler.
Yeah, literally, if you have everything prepped, it's a pretty quick little meal. So, bon appetit. I'm gonna try some.
Let's give it a try.
Yeah, that's great. You could probably also do this with quinoa, or if you want it to be gluten-free, that'd be a great option.
Oh, this is wonderful. It's so bright, you know, that lemon it's simple, but it's bright. It tastes like spring. It's a perfect after Easter meal.
And I know especially this year, we're all ready for spring and a fresh start, so excited.
Well, we will have this recipe as well as the other two that you mentioned on the Raley's website. And then, of course, you can get your Coleman natural pork products at your local Raley's supermarket. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy spring. Happy eating.